Welcome to Burning Bright, a weekly podcast presenting poetry and prose from Passenger. Spring begins Thursday, March 20th at 5:02 in the morning Eastern Time. That moment is more formally known as the spring or vernal equinox. Day and night are about as close to the same length as they get. From then till the summer solstice on June 21st, the days will continue to get longer. Then it's all downhill till next winter, when the cycle begins again. And although we're not going to dance around Stonehenge, do they do that on the equinox or only on the solstice? We are going to celebrate with some spring-related pieces from Passenger. Penelope Scambly Schott said, "Everything makes me think of something else, so that my mind runs quickly along surprising trails of ideas. I'm always seeing how all life is mysteriously connected. My recent poems are full of animals because I see our kinship and know that is what I am." Here's Penelope's poem, "The Year I Discovered Spring" by the lake in Central Park. During recess, I hid in a circle of bushes, each branch popping with fat green dots, and felt my bones grow and a light fuzz rise on my arms. If I try to explain that moment, how leaves that opened in my grandparents' garden would open here in the city too, how spring unrolled like a map, I have to remember my friend Helen Bomer, and how I whispered to her from the bushes, "How much would someone have to pay you to swim in a lake of pee?" The city ducks all quacked in murky water, and from some avenue beyond the park, an ambulance replied, "Ee-yaw-ee." Spring. I almost dove in. The Year I Discovered Spring by the Lake in Central Park, by Passenger's 2011 Passenger poet, Penelope Scambly Schott. Next, Ionized Air by Rachel Heimowitz. Rachel said, "I was inspired to write Ionized Air by the very particular smell the Judean desert takes on when it rains." Then there was gardening and reading the work of Robert Bly, and the poem was born. The poem begins with this epigraph by Robert Bly: "This solitude covered with iron." Kneeling in my garden, hands lost in sandy soil, urging each blossom to launch into the long spring that is a desert winter, I smell every ancient man who has passed here before me. Days rise out of empty hills, unleashing into clear light and white birds who glide into this new winter green, their feet arrows, trailing behind, pointed and black. Or nights when a full moon is stretched across the sand. The thunder I hear isn't a coming storm ready to feed the flowers, the hills, or me. Each clap is cannon fire, bursting into the transparent night. Each bloom attended by a machine gun that enters my body in a wing beat of panic, a battle echoed into ionized air, in a land where the hills are etched in centuries, in battles, in the trail that follows an ancient aqueduct deep into the wadi. In these lines on my hands, sunk into this soil that smells of urine and copper, the smell of old American pennies, each ingrained with the face of a proud Indian, long dead and forgotten. Rachel Heimowitz's poem, Ionized Air, from the 2015 Passenger Poetry Contest issue. Hunt Hawkins said his poem, Our Porch at Night, was inspired by the building of a nest by a cardinal couple in his porch lamp in Tampa. He said, "The cardinals parallel our own family, including, sadly, the unhatched egg." He said he wrote the poem as a single sentence, quote, "to suggest the ongoing flow of life." Up at night, I see soft, creamy light filling our porch, flowing through twisted Solomonic columns, illuminating the swing and the bucket of golf balls hid into the yard by paunchy men too ashamed to retrieve them, which I've collected as subtle tribute. And the nest in the hanging lamp the cardinals built 3 weeks ago, scraggly outside, but inside a perfect cup, where the dun-colored female sat until her 2 chicks hatched, almost worms at first, but growing daily, open mouths straight up, puffy gray fledgling, hopping to the edge with scrawny wings, the mother modeling short flights, then their brave leap, angling to the ground, while the brilliant father flew to a nearby tree, crying distraction, until they got safely to a bush. Then, the next day, all gone, leaving only a single speckled blue egg that failed to hatch. "That's all right," my wife said. "So much promise in spring, that's all right," as I walk out on the porch and watch above dark trees the lustrous full moon. Our Porch at Night, Hunt Hawkins, from Passager's 2023 Poetry Contest issue. To subscribe to or learn more about Passager and its commitment to writers over 50, go to PassagerBooks.com. Passager's offering a 5-session poetry writing workshop beginning March 23rd for writers in the Baltimore area. If you'd like more information, go to the events page on our website, PassagerBooks.com. We hope that in the not-too-distant future we'll be offering online workshops as well. We'll let you know as those develop. You can download Burning Bright from Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, and various other podcast apps. Passager offers a 25% discount on the books and journal issues featured here on Burning Bright. Visit our website to see what's on sale this week. For Kendra, Mary, Christine, Roseanne, and the rest of the Passager staff, I'm John Shore.